that y'all don't even know about, that's been around, that supports what we support, but y'all don't know about her, and she's right here in your face, and now y'all don't even know how much work she done put in. This is the shit I'm talking about. The elders like this lady right here is when I say the people that paved the way are people that I don't have to say everyone's fucking name because they know who I'm talking about. Like this elder right here, she, when I say that shit, she knows I'm mentioning her because she's been the fuck around and she know how I get down.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you up on the big screen so you can speak.
Why on earth would anybody want to take away from what y'all are doing? Why on earth would I need to come into any room where y'all are holding it down and take over? Anybody? Anybody doing that? Run, because y'all got this. I have been so, that's why I keep my mouth shut. That's why I tell everybody I'm not the expert. I just did it for 20 years before we even had a TikTok because I wanted to know who I was. I'm from Virginia. My family been in Virginia forever. We know all of our tribes. We know all of our ancestry. My grandma had white on her census record, even though she looked like me. We been knowing who we are. And when I got on this app and found all of y'all, I was overjoyed and relieved. Like, what? I'm not by myself. I don't have to do it. I don't have to be the one speaking all the time. Anybody that feel like they need to snatch the microphone and overshadow what y'all doing, something is wrong with them. Something is wrong. It don't have to be us no more. Y'all know it. Y'all got it. And y'all do it better than we do. So why do somebody need to be up under me? Nah. They dead wrong. Anybody coming in that energy is dead wrong. We had our chance. We supposed to know what our business is and what our brands are and what we doing. You 50, 60, 70 years old and all of a sudden your brand and what you coming in is ancestry. Where you been? That's not my brand. My brand is leadership. My brand is motivation and elevation. So I'm going to send everybody to y'all. I'm going to send everybody that I know to people doing the good work. Why I got to come overshadow and be like all of a sudden, ooh, I'm the expert now. Anybody do that. I don't care what it is, run. Because they a bunch of grifters, period. Y'all got this. Y'all don't need no help. Y'all don't need no leaders, period. And on that note, I'm going to shut up and close my camera because y'all got this.
She's the one. She's one of the ones that's been around. Like, and that right there, like that's all we're providing. What she's, everything she just did right now, is that's all we're pretty much asking, because she's gonna, if we ask her for anything, she's gonna be there for us. That's all we need is for the comfortability to know that she got our back, she's providing us energy, and she know what's up. Other than that, she's enjoying the fucking show. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the shit I respect, because I know she's there for my folks, and that's all. That's it. You motherfuckers, like she said, want to run shit. No. She's even humble enough to say, "Hey, we had our opportunity. Let's enjoy the show with these youngsters and sit back and provide them what they need." Fuck y'all that don't feel the same.
Yeah, and it's just disappointing to me when a male elder think it is okay for a woman elder to come in and say, "Forget all the work you've been putting in. I got it now. I'm the boss." And for men to be backing them, it's almost like, are we dealing with men who don't have a mama? Are we dealing with men who's looking for love? Are we dealing with men who just is lost? Like, what is going on? Because there's no way I think it's okay for an elder who nobody in the community knows, then she could come up here and say, "Y'all be quiet." This woman told us to our face, don't read no books. Don't worry about what your grandma said. Put all that down. None of that matters. I got y'all.
What? What happened to study to show thyself approved? Don't take nothing I say to the bank. Don't take nothing. I want you to research everything I say. Period. I don't care what it is. Research everything I say. But you know, goddess, The reason we got in this mess in the first place is because our people have a divine love for others, period. We have a divine love for others. And so it's very, very difficult sometimes for us to be looking at skin folk and not treat them like they're kinfolk. But it hurts me to say, even in my own family, and I have to tell y'all this because I always talk about my American Indian side, but y'all, I got Huguenots in me. On both sides of my family, I have American Indians and Huguenots. And all the way up into the past 8 years, my grandma died about 6, 7, 8 years ago, I witnessed my Huguenot family members doing things that got us into this mess in the first place. So we have to always remember that there are people walking around right now who are descended from the people that got us in this mess in the first place. And they don't want nobody to know about what they did. So they got to help the system cover up the lies and erase everything we're saying. Oh no, all the black people that came here, they came here as slaves, except for the Moors, and they built everything. And then after that, they try to act like they met up with some white Indians. Because if they tell the truth, everybody will know that they were complicit in what happens. Everybody will know that these Moors, just like the Chinese, just like the Indians, just like every other, what they call them, immigrant, all the immigrants, don't matter what color they were all complicit in trying to erase us out of history, and they don't want to own up to that. So even now, they're trying to spin the narrative and ally with Native Americans and make it seem like we are self-hating because we don't want to admit that we're African. But you are self-hating by not acknowledging that there were melanated people on every end of this globe. Why not America?
Exactly. Thank you. Appreciate you so much for breaking that shit down and coming from an elder and not the man. I've been saying that that's the harsh truth. That's what we're really dealing with, y'all. And that's really the separation that's happening. It's really the separation of what Mama just mentioned right now is them people who are willing to accept what she just talking about and those who are not. That's basically what the fuck it's about.
Yup, and we just tired. And like we said, we're not gonna be swindled. We're not gonna be moved. We're not gonna let you come up in here and think you speaking for us. We don't know you. We're not vouching for you. Them fools over there could vouch for you. But 9 times out of 10, you outnumbered, lady.
And look, the elder
You
just came in here and
outnumbered,
dropped
lady.
gems. She just came in here and broke the internet. Where's all the love at? Like y'all was giving mama scammer. Man, I was seeing gifts I ain't never seen before.
And I want to add what O said.
This is the one that. Go ahead, Los. Go ahead.
What O said, he said this years ago that when the ancestors woke up a demographic of people, the bad side of things, their ancestors woke up too. So this is why history is going to repeat itself. And if y'all want a source, you know, you can go get the book called Confederate Indians, and they tell you that it was the mixed breeds against the full-bloodeds. And this is what we have today as well too. So shout out to those of us like me who have a little mixture inside us, who's standing on the right side of right. Because I got more in my bloodline. I'm going to tell you, all these Moors on the TikTok is fake and frugazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real.
Come on. Y'all, I could tell this because we told it publicly already. This is why I love my life and I love being me, because I am a living, breathing, walking example of everything. And I don't care, so I will tell it. I literally watched my aunties and uncles, and this has happened twice in my history, on both sides of my family, sell out their mother and their baby siblings, sell out our property. And they did it to, like, you know how you say, like, oh, the mayor, all the people, the real estate people, oh, all these people, the land grab, all the blah, blah, blah. Well, the land grab can't take place without the family members that are complicit. Now, granted, y'all, they might have got death threats. They might have got their business gonna get shut down. I truly have compassion and empathy for all of them, because I know that people get caught up, which makes them easy to sell out. You have to not want nothing from nobody. Period. Otherwise, they gonna threaten your kids. They gonna threaten this, threaten that. If you don't do this, then that, right? Cat Williams told it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have watched the people who hold to the Huguenot side, the money side, the greed side, the crypto Jew side, right? And they have literally sold out their grandmothers and their mothers for $1 just to maintain position, just to be seen, just to stay afloat in their city or whatever. That's Huguenot energy. And it's up to each of us to embrace our true Indian Gaia love, big mother energy, or we can get caught up in the system and we can embrace that other energy. It's up to us.
Facts.
Facts. It's all facts.
But the guy I had on the background.
And what he do,
earlier-
y'all? Ooh, put me on. What he do? I know him. Please school me. I'm not up, y'all. I promise y'all. Listen, if y'all ever see anybody on my friend list that has done something, please do not be afraid to message me. I got 60,000 followers and I've been on this internet 17 years. So I try to keep my friend list clean, but I miss people sometimes and I will cuss somebody out and cut them for wronging my people. So please let me know what this one did.
He was the promoter. He bought her on TikTok. And guess what? Cashed out with 15 bands on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say this. My instincts are vicious. Ooh, my instincts so strong from the ancestors. And because I'm an introvert, aspie. I'm a neurodivergent weirdo. So my instincts are always firing with other humans. So I don't act on it and I don't say nothing, especially, if I'm the only one thinking that. But guess what? I'm not shocked. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't like talk about people. But there's things, listen, if people start telling you that, oh, you can't open your third eye unless you become a vegetarian, or, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that. Or if they're coming on talking about, oh, I'm the one, I'm the only one been doing this, I'm the, all that, I. And it's just certain red flags that you can tell. Y'all, we are a loving people. And people can say it's our fault we ended up where we are, but it was the divine. We went through all of the hell and all of the wilderness that we've been through. We did it willingly for the sake of the rest of humanity, nothing didn't happen to us. We chose to go on this journey. Our divine selves wrote it this way. We ain't no dummies. We gave them time to get it together. You see? So anybody who's talking about it like we some dummies and we some victims and all that, just run. And thank you for the information. Thank you for hipping me, and I will act accordingly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That was like the most beautiful words I heard in like the past 4 or 5 days. Thank you, Andrea. Hey, we needed that. We appreciate all the elders that came up here and spoke truth to power. We respect y'all to the most, and we love when y'all come out and do these type of things. We need y'all to come out more and say these type of things because they'll flip the narrative on us like we just some big haters and we jealous and we just trying to be in the spotlight and we mad the lady didn't come talk to us and all this weird stuff.
Weird. I'm glad
Yes.
you're weird.
Yes.
If I'm not jealous of you and I'm just trying to love on you, what reason do you have for calling me jealous? That's weird. Guess what? Back when I was in the church, I was part of several churches and ended up leaving them because of some drama, because I would always be the peacemaker. And one of the major mega churches I was in Atlanta, the couple ain't together no more. The lady is now married to a woman and the pastor is no longer the pastor. This is a mega church in Atlanta. But when I was there and I was in ministry leadership, this lady used to pick on me all the time and try to say that I had a spirit of division on me because I used to always make people make up and get to the bottom of arguments. I don't play that shit. Who said what again? Well, let's go get her. What you have said, that's how I roll. I did it in bank.
I grew up in Atlanta and I know how I get down. That's that's one of the hubs of the boule.
And so you already know what I say.
I know about New Birth and all that.
Come on. You already know when I say.
I grew up in Atlanta. That's why I say I grew up in Atlanta in the 90s. So I know about Eddie Long and all these people. I went to school with their children.
And you watched all that foolishness go down, huh?
Yes.
And I was part of one of those churches, and it was an incident that took place where the pastor was so busy running around behind celebrities, he didn't have time to see about the people in the church. This is how they get down. So flash forward. I'm such a hokey, loving on people, trying to do the right thing. When I've left jobs and left churches, I had to get violently ill on my way there to not go back. Okay, so I finally went back, didn't go back. The pastor told everybody not to talk to us no more. Well, come to find out, all the nastiness that I thought was going on was exactly what was going on. I had to be ran up out of there. And that's how we are. And we've been conditioned in this world to second guess ourselves. And so when we see people and we see stuff on them, we know exactly what it is we see. Me being a quote unquote neurodivergent, even more, a lot of y'all would be quote unquote neurodivergents. I believe Asperger's and autism is basically, some people call it starseed kids, but I believe it's us. It's all of us indigenous people that have this stuff in our DNA that makes us different. Everything described. And I'm a psychology PhD, y'all. I went all the way off the deep end to describe all, to discover all of this. We are some weirdos, and we walk in this weird extra level of love for humanity. And so what happens is when somebody wrongs us, sometimes we go too far off the deep end, or we go too far trusting and believing in people and loving on people that we shouldn't really necessarily be even loving on. So if I could give y'all anything, I would say that the reason that the elders woke us up, the reason the ancestors gave us this, the reason they put it in our DNA and made all of us know each other for right now, it's because the rest of the world needs us. Okay. It's because the world is literally going to go to hell in a handbasket if not for us. It's not so we can take our land back, because we don't have to. The Great Mother is going to handle all of that. We don't have to be out here putting people off their land. We don't have to be out here arguing and fighting with people. The Great Mother is going to handle all of that. It's for such a time as now. All the stuff that they wrote in all of these religions is really what we originally are meant to do. That's why all of the other groups of people went wayward and went all off in the world fighting and carrying on. We was the ones left over here that wasn't part of it. Everybody doesn't want to admit who we are because they don't want to admit that we're the ones in the Bible that they're talking about. Even the people in Palestine know that we are the key to their salvation, and nobody wants to admit it. Even friends of mine, y'all, listen, they're awesome agents. At the conversation, we could be in a room full of people and it could be, oh, Black power, Black lives, ooh, blah, blah, blah. As soon as I start talking about being Indian, don't nobody want to hear it. It's something to it. And some people are complicit. They get paid to do it. I don't claim to know which ones of them do and which ones don't. But some people are just swilling some kind of white powder that makes them just blank out and forget. And I literally know people, multiple people. So if you're listening, don't show yourself. They don't have to know I'm talking about you. I know multiple people, and they don't even know about each other because I don't tell folks business, who are literally going crazy right now with that MK Ultra stuff and all these voices in their head and spirits y'all would not believe. I don't know if y'all know some too, but y'all would not believe some of the stuff that I know people, brilliant people who've done great things are going through, where they done gone bat shit crazy. And it's because of the cognitive dissonance that they're walking in. Because instead of being over here with us, they running back up in the church waiting for Jesus to save them. And they getting bust upside their head. It is sad to see. So you guys don't let them have you caught up. If a person is not on your level, they don't deserve your conversation. That's casting pearls to the swine. If they're on your level, then we vibing. And it shouldn't be no hijack in the end where you trying to drag me and sneak tip me in the middle of the conversation. You an agent. And if you don't know and you're seeking, you should go watch all the videos and read all the books that I gave you, because I shouldn't have to be teaching you in the midst of conversation. You're an agent. Do your own research. Y'all stop falling for these okie dokes because you're being too kind. Don't change who you are. Just protect yourself, protect your energy, and fill yourself up with all the love vibe that you need. I've been doing Teeb every Monday through Friday Friday, y'all. That's a vibe. Get some. But go through the world, being your great giant dragon self, but stop wasting your energy. And please believe these people are agents. They are agents. There's nothing you can say.
Call them agents of chaos. That's exactly what they are.
Cause like I said, we didn't need no leadership. I said we got this. We knew we got this. We know. We on all the Indians on every platform. We didn't need your presence. You ain't been here. We don't need you.
The truth is exhausted and thankful that y'all are taking over. How about that? What have you been doing for the past 50 years of your life that you in a room full of leaders and you feel like you still need to take over? Something's wrong with that picture. Huh? I don't know about nobody else. My mom is 70. I'm 53. I just turned 53. My mom is 73. My grandma just died. Both my grandmas just died like in the past 6-7 years in 90s. My daddy is about to be 80. I'm a veteran. My dad was a veteran. My big sister, she's older. Y'all, we are exhausted. So if anybody is jumping up, acting like they don't want to let you lead, something ain't right. Something ain't right. We tired. We happy when y'all leave. That's the only reason this person is even on my friend list, because I saw him on live and I was like, oh, yay, whenever I see y'all live, if I get a chance, I'm going to jump in and support because I'm so excited to see other people doing this now. Why would you want to take over? I don't get it. Something ain't right.
You know, I remember being a child when Roots first came out. We running across my great grandmother's porch in Folsom, Louisiana. Me and my cousins, we yelling, we African. We not even understanding. She raised up on us. You ain't no African. Huh? What's wrong with her? We little though. We don't know. It took me almost 15 years after that to realize exactly what she been telling me. So,
do you mind if I know what age group you're in?
I am 47.
Me and my mama just had a conversation about Roots the other day and how traumatizing it was.
Yep. It really did us a disservice. And then to find out Alex Haley plagiarized it,
Come on.
you know.
Plagiarized off of a lie.
Yeah.
That's what we've been teaching. We've been exposing all that.
Come on.
Like I said, this lady came out of nowhere. She didn't battle no Pan-Africans. We've been battling Pan-Africans like left and right. Native Americans going against them left and right. We didn't lost pages. We didn't got docs. We didn't been through all kind of wars and battles with these folks. And this lady came out of nowhere and didn't have to do none of that.
And that's my thing. And then when it's a person like me trying to bring attention to the fact of what you just said, Thoth, I'm in my ego. I'm being big headed. I'm being all this other type things. And it ain't about just I. How is it about I? And how am I being selfish when I'm feeling disrespected because none of you people that are here on this platform starting your new book clubs, having your spaces to say come home and Big Mama this and all this other type shit. Nigga, you wouldn't have it if it wasn't for me and everyone that's in this fucking panel. Majority of these people that's in this fucking in these comments right now, they were here before you niggas. Most of you niggas that have issues with us and these people that's here and most of these that's in this chat were here before you. So fuck them, huh? Fuck.
And how about this? How about this, Opium? How about this? This is why I want y'all to get on Teeb too. If you get a chance and you want some 432 music in the mornings at 9 Eastern time and 7 on whatever my coast is, I don't even have words for how this brother is. And he might not even be on all that we on. I don't care, because he on some good shit, right? This energy that you're walking in, we're not supposed to have the audacity to walk in that energy. That's why people so quickly call it ego and vanity and all this kind of stuff, right? But how about it took some white folks in corporate America to teach me what you just said. And this is why I get behind y'all. This is why I will clap back on a Gen Xer or a boomer talking crazy to some youngins, because guess what? There's a difference. There's like a huge cavern. It's not even a fine line between knowing that you are divine and walking in all of your confidence and the brilliance that you know that you're here to do, and just walking in ego and vanity. It is not the same thing, and the two things are not even close. But they want to have you so beat down, broke, busted, and disgusted that you don't even have the audacity to tell the truth or to say, you know what, that's my shit and you owe me credit for it. They don't want us doing that. They don't want us claiming credit and saying, hey, I'm the first. But guess what? These people taught me in my career that if you don't speak up for your own accomplishments, and if you don't tell us what you did that was great, how are we going to know? Don't leave it up to me. I'm busy. Don't leave it up to me to know all the stuff that you did. Put me on, let me know so I can give you credit. So anybody that's trying to talk you off of celebrating your greatness, run.
When I first got in here, you know, everybody know, if y'all know me, that's one thing I've always made clear. And I said, besides me on here looking for my people, trying to build relationships and find my tribe members so I can build and do the things that all these other people want to do with the people that I connect with, I'm also not going to sit up here and let others acknowledge or not acknowledge the shit that others have done on this app to rejuvenate, to revitalize some stagnant ass shit. That we appreciate all the people from YouTube. We appreciate all the stuff that you guys did have and that you provided, that some of us did use to help further our journey and progress our journey and use till this day. You're not going to sit up here and disregard, belittle, or ignore the contributions that me and others on this did to make it where this shit is where it's at now, to where the world and everybody here is recognizing the shit. You're not gonna do that.
Definitely. And then I'm gonna go ahead and interject real quick, because every time O do this, I'm gonna have to chime in. A lot of your favorite content creators, if it wasn't for O waking us up, y'all wouldn't even hear about us. Because me personally, I was just on CIA documents. I ain't know what the fuck a Mississippian Indian was. When my grandmama said I'm a Mississippian, I'm thinking the little state Mississippi. Okay, grandmama, woo. O was the one that was like, bro, dig into the Mississippi, and you got an excellent mind, and you'll figure out some shit that a lot of us, probably missed. All right, let me dig into this. I dig into it. Now here we are right here, 1,000 books later, 1,000 documents later. Everybody know about the Mississippi, and you know what an Ethabaskan is. Y'all know about these treaties. You done learn how to found your family, your census records, and what tribe you belong. Man, get all the big flowers. If it wasn't for him, man, a lot of us wouldn't even been doing this, because he pressured people to do this. Because I really wasn't on no census records when I first got on here. I was like, okay, man, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, Los, I was wilding so much. I was going into the Native American spaces and showing my family tree and asking these niggas to explain. I'm up here putting up my whole DeSoto Parish, all my information, pressing niggas. I'm American Indian. I ain't no fucking native. Bringing all the smoke until my folks like Los and others start calming me, and I start running into people like Adrian, elders and stuff that start calming me the fuck down. Start having me, making me feel.
Did you mean somebody named Adrian just now, or did you mean Andrea?
Andrea, my bad.
Did I calm you down? What'd I do?
It was just your energy, all the stuff that when y'all coming across my page and all y'all providing just a certain thing. Saying when y'all be making these
just loving on you.
It's exactly people like I be telling my mama this shit. Like y'all, I know that some of y'all, like my mom, she kind of be like, it's just about the information. But I be trying to tell her some people really gravitate to y'all, and y'all have to understand some people cling to what y'all are saying, and you have to take them in consideration sometimes. And y'all don't know how y'all be when it come to elders like you and my mama Adria. Y'all don't understand when y'all provide energy to shit. That shit's important.
I do understand, but you
get what I'm saying? It matters a lot.
I literally teach on what you just said, but you saying it to me, it put a little extra kind of warmness in my heart just now, because I really honor and value you and other people. There's people that I have broken my TikTok rules for because I see you and I know what you're going through. So even though I got to really dig down the page to find your face and know it's you. I don't care if you don't have no videos of you. I know what you're doing. I know you got to be low key. I'm following, I'm supporting, I'm keeping an eye on certain people. So you saying that, it kind of give me a little bit extra confirmation that I know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Because you got it's inspiring to see women because you and my mama look like be sisters to me. And it's a piss off to see this other lady in the background that kind of looks like y'all too, and her to be the complete opposite. That shit's fucking me up. That shit's bothering me really bad. People was wondering why I got so triggered and why I went off on this lady so bad is because you fucking look like my folks, lady. They with your ass whatsoever.
And you know what? She might be us. But just like my relatives, she might be choosing to embrace that colonizer Huguenot side.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know it's going to come a day. Okay, so we're in this phase now where the information is being shared freely and people can know it if they want to, but they still choosing the janky side. But it's going to come a day, too, where it's going to be so obvious or they're going to get the rug snatched out from under them, they not going to have a choice in the matter. So a lot of the people that are being the janky agents and maybe even have stabbed you in the back, they're going to come back, too. They're going to come back around. And sometimes they're going to come back around and try to grift again, but sometimes they're going to come back genuinely. That's why no matter what, we got to make sure that our energy is, regenerated. Now, you might have to whip the sword out every now and then, but, then put it back away and get back on your vibe. Because, we do need warriors. We do. When somebody say the love time is over and it's time for fighting, I don't argue with them. I don't feel that way. Okay. And as much as possible, I want to love on people so they can be just vibrating higher and not letting these. I can't even be myself on TikTok because they'll kick you off because of me. But anyway, I try to give as much energy because I know that all they want is to have an excuse to lock you up, take you out, or kick you off. But I also know that sometimes we need security. So my husband is a Marine and I'm an infantry soldier. So we lock the doors and we put security at the door so that we can be loving light. We ain't doing, love and light and getting bust upside our head when ain't nobody looking. We ain't doing all that. Ain't nobody stupid. So yeah, you got to do what you got to do. You got to handle business when you got to handle it. And that is a very valid reason why your flesh rose up in that situation, because she's wearing our face, as the enemy, but also to always remember that that's how the enemy is gonna come. The enemy gonna come looking like us because the enemy ain't stupid either.
My sister, I appreciate what you said because you really was going where I was going, and I want to share this that through the whole time that I've been learning about who I am, I've been learning about my tribe, from Ponchatoula, Louisiana. We Chata. The word Ponchatoula is Chata. Tangipahoa Parish.
Shada. Shada. That's the real name of it. Shada. Choctaw comes from the colonizers. Our tribe name is Shada.
I said Chata. I feel you. I didn't say
for me. Y'all hipping me right now.
I'm probably
Chata.
Oh, okay, the other one. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Choctaw. It's so similar.
No,
I apologize.
No, man. I look. It's my accent, but I know. I respect it. So I don't. Please, I want no miscommunication.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, y'all are distinguishing between Choctaw and Choctaw.
Yeah, I thought he was saying Choctaw. That's why I apologize. I misunderstood what he was saying.
Too. Yeah, and you from Louisiana, right, bruh?
Yes, ma'am. Ponchatoula.
My husband's from there too.
Yeah, strawberry capital. You understand me? So the one thing I've learned is this. While this sister has come out of nowhere, she seems to have grabbed a lot of the things that we as a people need, right? And so what we need to do is verify the information, and verify the information because let's keep it real. We know that there were thousands of tribes. So there were thousands of matriarchs and patriarchs. Like there wasn't just one that ran everything. It wasn't one. And if we did choose one, then there was still a whole bunch of group of elders that still had input on what happens and how it goes about. The one thing I will say is that if we are getting if it's time for us to get our keys back. And if the sister has gotten some of the keys, we need to see where the rest of the keys are and get the rest of the keys back before we start fighting over the one set of keys, because there are thousands of keys that's been stolen and we need our stuff back. So we can't.
No, I don't think she has anything.
No, absolutely.
I don't.
Here's the thing.
I don't
Wait,
think
hold on.
anybody that ever presents themselves in a group
She
like
don't-
this is going to have the kind of keys you talking about.
No, she
No.
ain't got nothing.
Especially when she's saying put your land and everything in the trust that's going to be in her name. That's how she's going to acquire that 3 million acres that she claimed that she has.
Can I put y'all onto some free knowledge that most people are not giving out freely? And I'm gonna give y'all the qualifications for why I know what I'm about to tell y'all, because I believe y'all are facts and knowledge, and then we can do the spiritual in our private spaces. But ain't nobody trying to be out here being a dummy, okay? So you can go look me up on LinkedIn, and you can see what my background is in. I worked in banking, and I worked in real estate at a very high level, okay? I also have been in Virginia. My family has been in Virginia since forever, and I trace my ancestry. You know, whether you want to get into Virginian, Eastern Woodland, the Powhatan, the Sapani, whatever. My family was there the whole time, whatever you want to call us, okay? And so then I also traced back to Europe, and I was also born in that area where the Merovingians were before they started erasing the people out of Europe. Okay, so you can freely, on your own, and I know some of y'all know this already, but you can freely, on your own, go onto the U.S. Patent Office, and you can look up your family's last name and your town, and you can put the dots together, and you can get your own land grants. You can get your own land back. You can do that. You don't need to be part of a group to do that. But you can, first of all, I heard somebody say in one of these groups, and if you're here, forgive me, I'm not coming for you. I just know what I know. Everybody, people, and this dude in particular, I think that y'all are talking about, was leading people to think that the solution is for us to get in town and get in communities and all this blah, blah, blah. No. There is free land everywhere. Everywhere. I live in an area right now where literally if everybody on this live came to where I live at, y'all could all just put some little tiny homes up and nobody would mess with you. There is land for days. That's the hijack. Like, you literally don't even need to reclaim nothing or take nothing from nobody if what you want is land. It's a plentiful. That's the trick. The second thing is, as far as this whole hijack goes with real estate and properties and all that kind of stuff, there are plenty of houses available and they're not overpriced. If you're willing to go outside of the urban development, which is I don't care if it's the hood, I don't care if it's a reservation, I don't care if it's a barrio or if it's a regular city, it's all ghetto and it's all projects. And if you go outside of that, you can afford to buy some land and a house. And you could just put some tents and some tiny homes, and you could put your whole community together. You get a bunch of people living. Okay, it's not necessary for us to be part of the system or take nothing from the system or fight the system or do all of that sovereignty. All of that is jumping back into the system that we've been a part of all this time and wasting your energy fighting and kicking against it instead of just sustaining yourself and your family, getting some trees, planting some vegetables, and getting yourselves going, because then if somebody else need a place to lay their head, you can help them. If you want to go plant some trees in somebody else's yard, you can. You can literally buy fruit trees with food stamps. So it's so there's, a lot of these others, right? The Pan-Africans and the Huguenots, they're the ones that stir up this conversation about what the government don't want you to have. And, oh, the man, and, oh, they not going to let us. And, ooh, you can't. Meanwhile, there's stacks and stacks of money and opportunity that is available where they call themselves making right and doing right by what they did to us. So if you catch it on the front end, take their money and then go and pay it back before they get a chance to drag you for some interest rates, you literally right now can build some sustainability accountability for whatever is about to go down in this world while everybody else is saying you can't. You can. I've done it. I'm doing it. I've helped several other people do it. You ain't got to be part of my, I don't have no cult that you can join. I got a free nonprofit that any and everybody can go join up and sign up for if you want to, but you don't have to because I give information away like this freely. Liberation should not require membership. Period. It's free. It's free for everybody. It's free for all. And I am not going to be held accountable for holding back some information that my people need. You don't, ain't nobody got no secrets that you need. If somebody tell you they got some secrets, come run it past me. Because unless they got a Series 6 and 63 securities license, unless they've been a realtor, unless they've been a vice president of a bank, it ain't shit they can tell you that I can't tell you. Oh, and I worked for the government, and I was a public affairs coordinator for the military district of Washington. There's a reason, bro. When you say, how come y'all ain't running up the flowers for her like y'all did for that other lady? There's a reason. They're agents, and I'm not crying about it, and I don't want nobody crying for me. I've been out here for 17 years doing this. I was erased out of history by the United States government. I don't need nothing from nobody, and neither do any of the rest of you. We sustain ourselves, and then when the shit hits the fan, we gonna be the only people left standing, period.
Didn't I just say that?
That's how you do it right there.
Didn't I just say that? I just said that. I just said to the ones that's running to this lady because they ain't got shit. They don't got nothing to hold on to. They don't feel whole.
Period.
Of course you're going to run to somebody and want somebody to call you mama because you ain't got nothing to hold on to. Like I've been telling y'all, I don't need this lady. My mama paid dues for me. My mama's paid dues for me. I don't need
Period.
this lady.
The
I
fuck?
live off grid already. I got lights, water, everything you name it, I got it. I don't need nothing from this lady. And y'all wonder why I came so hard at this lady. Because I see a scammer and I'm trying to protect y'all. And y'all think I'm hating. I'm trying to tell you, if I was able to be on my own and I got 3 children coming behind me, you could do it too. If I was able to pull myself out of a matrix and be talking about this Indian business, you could do it too. Because when you saw me, I was in a 3-bedroom apartment in a matrix. If you could pull yourself out of it, that's the best thing you could ever do for your people. Because remember, we was on the land, and that's what we're going to return. And you so caught up into a load of your title, you can't even see that it's a fraud. You can't even see. When your eyes is open, when you only depend on thyself, you don't need what somebody trying to offer you. You got it already. I'm whole. I don't need that lady. She coming to you so you can stay asleep. She hit a rocket to sleep and depend on her. And we're going to find ourselves back in the position that we was when everybody else was propped up in front of us and pretend to be our leaders.
Come on.
And then they're going to take our, and then after you done depending on them, they're going to take her out of your sight. And you're going to be lost, walking around the circle like, damn, where'd she go? Damn, what? I needed her. I needed her. Yeah, I bet you did need her. She made you feel that way. She hit a rock you to sleep. And I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to let you know the only person that's coming to save you is you. Don't y'all go depending on this lady. Y'all don't know this woman. We done told y'all too long. Everybody knew we the indigenous people. Everybody around the world knows where this woman been at.
And knowing. They've been knowing. Anybody continuing to come in here and pretend like we crazy, they agents. Because they've been knowing. They've been knowing since the very beginning of this country. Everything they're doing is going out of their way to cover it up. It's not because they don't know. They've been knowing.
Since when have y'all seen a feather headdress with a serpent smack dead in the middle? Since when have y'all heard a chief saying, "I'm your mama, let me feed you some milk"?
Mm.
Chief Warhorse would never.
Shit, my mama would never.
That part. I'm your daddy. Let me rock you to sleep. Chief Sekou would never.
He'll tell you right now, go do your genealogy, focus on your people, and depend on yourself. Now, if you need my guidance, I will help you. But he ain't here to say, just depend on me. And then she came to play this mind game like, oh, you got a choice. And no. Because remember, you say I'm your mama, and don't listen to your grandma. Don't read no books. You don't need that. Mama gonna take care of you. Then on the same hand, go say and backdoor and say, you don't really gotta come and follow me. She contradicted herself, and y'all couldn't even see the scam.
Mm-hmm.
Double
You
speak.
couldn't even see the scam.
Like how y'all, if y'all looking for y'all land, y'all be coming over here asking us, how can we help y'all find y'all land? What's the steps to find y'all land and y'all tribe and how to find y'all people? Y'all come across a woman whose name y'all heard about 3 days ago, tell you, we gonna put your stuff in the trust that's in my name. How did y'all not hear that? Especially for my ones who went up there saying,
Hold
what
up,
do
hold
we
up.
do
Wait,
if
wait,
we
wait. I'm
already
sorry,
have
guys.
land
I'm so
patents?
sorry. Hold on, please. Slow down. Hold on. What did you just say? Did you just say that she wanted everybody to put their stuff in her trust? Girl,
This woman
no.
right here
No.
talking about some resend your birth certificate. We gonna put all your documents and land and stuff in the trust that's in my
What?
name. And y'all searching for y'all stuff. How y'all missed that?
What?
And then our people went up on the panel. What do we do if we already have our land patents? Oh, that don't mean nothing. My allotment titles trump that.
Oh my God, Lord have mercy.
That's how she was going to get the 3 million acres.
Y'all do
She
know
was
that's how
going
they
to
got us.
scam y'all into willingly
That's how they
giving
got us
y'all
the
stuff
first time.
up.
Yeah, that's how they got us the first time. They got us to agree to give up our land for their war, and then y'all never got the land back. That's how they got it. Lord have mercy. She like Marcus Garvey reincarnated as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Noble Drew Ali or something.
No, Charlie said he was Jesus too. And
She said, I'm gonna tell you who went up there and asked the question since they saying we lying. The original slapper hole went up there and I got it recorded. She went up there and asked her. So for the people who already got land already, what do we do? She gonna tell a girl, don't worry about that. My allodial title trumps all that. And I'm sitting here like the scam she running. And because they not knowledgeable in this topic, they just believed her. That's what she wants you to think. She wants you to think your land is small, so you can sign up to her little school she got running for 9 months, as she claimed.
With
Running for
African
9
stuff in
months.
it.
Wow.
She telling the people she got the keys to the whole Southeast. Prove it. Because if you had it since 2019, what's taking you so long? What's taking you so long to start evicting people off these properties on this so time? It take time. Girl, if you had that lawyer title, the whole United States would be shut down right now. Who you think you talking to?
Well, I don't.
Who you think? You mean that mean every police department that's on your 3 million acres go leave. Every court building, leave. You got the right to evict everything operating in the states you claim you got the 3 million acres in. Everything gonna cease. Why hasn't it stopped?
Right, because it's private property now. Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And they so dumb, they falling for the scam.
Like even the police can't go on private property. If that's your property and you don't call them, they can't come. That's period. They got to get
This
off.
look
They
like
got to cease and desist.
Pan-Africanism.
Yeah.
This look just like Pan-Africanism.
Did y'all know just how many people packed up and left America for Africa behind Marcus Garvey? Did y'all know how many? That it was like a gang of black people expatriated from America to follow Marcus Garvey. They trying to do it again right now. They doing it on YouTube and through like the travel, expatriate, ooh, we hate America. You can get land so cheap over here. Ooh, and we can put you
Do
up in this nice
sponsorship.
house.
Do
And,
sponsorships.
and these fools don't know they're going to be paying an African tax and an American tax. You're going to
Yep.
give up your American citizenship. And when you realize that place ain't shit and
Yep.
you can't do shit over there because it's not the lifestyle that you used to, you're going to be wondering your way back over here with your tails between your legs. And the U.S. border is going to shut your ass down and send you back to Nigeria because you gave up your birthrights.
Girl, you better say it. Facts.
Americans, come home.
Last year they was kicking out Americans from Ghana?
Yep. And they
And
want
they're
to.
burning their stuff down and sending them back to America and giving them like a week to get out.
They want you to leave America, and then the ones who are left are going to go ask for slave reparations. So when they finally have to tell the truth about what they did here, there aren't going to be, or they're hoping there aren't going to be any melanated people left standing flat-footed talking about, yep, I'm still right here. Yeah, we the American Indians. Yeah, I know y'all thought it wasn't going to be nobody to say that it was us when y'all finally had to answer for that shit, but we still right here. That's what they're hoping. And they're doing everything they can do to get people to identify as African American. Like literally in California, if you're willing to identify as African American, you could get some reparations.
But you got to prove that you came from an African slave.
Well, they ain't gonna make that too hard to do though. All you gotta do, look, in the real fine print, it says that you have to claim, like people like me who go and put, Indian on the daggone paperwork. I'm not gonna be able to get it because you have to have been claiming that you're African American for a period of time. That's how they gonna get everybody because everybody has the right to self-identify,
That was being pushed through Tariq Nasheed and all them dudes over there. Black Authority and all them dudes. They was pushing that we need to have a lineage base. But they was going on, you had to have slavery in your lineage. Like that shit is weird.
And I'm in here. I'm in Los Angeles, California, South Central, right? I have not yet heard one person. I have not heard nothing about anybody going downtown or going to where that place is at and receiving their money. There's nobody here in Los Angeles, California that has went on any social media site and said that they went and claimed that shit. And I'm here in Los Angeles.
Now we both out here. Right up the He's road. In LA and I'm like north of LA in Los Angeles County.
I ain't seen nobody either.
None of us I ain't seen nobody got that shit out here.
Was there even African slaves in California?
No, there were some Indian slaves. I found some documentation the other day saying that there was some kind of law, which I don't know because Ferdinand and Isabella made laws that you could not enslave the Indians. But there was some kind of, I'd have to get it for you guys and show that they were slaves for about a period of, I want to say 50 to 60 years, something like that.
Because
some of the California Indians were enslaved.
And when they did the migration westward, they allowed people to take their slaves with them.
Well, and it's important to remember California that the slaves Indians were white people. They were what we call white people today. And that's who the Negro is. That's who the black is.
Come on.
People forget that. And I want to say one thing. The reason I came on here too is one of the most important things that people are not saying, which I hope that you all would, because I see you all have a platform. Hope you all will research what I'm going to tell you, and maybe if you find some value in it, spread the word that we also need to claim our British ancestry. We were told that the colonists. Now, I'm going to start with this. If you pull up the Declaration of Independence and you read it, it's very telling as to who is who. If the colonists were with King George and he was here colonizing, why is he not letting? They're complaining that he is not letting them bring more of their people over. Right? They're complaining that he is not letting them increase their numbers and all that kind of stuff. And if you look up, there's etchings and pictures of what the British looked like. They were melanated people. And there's also lots of documentation, which I can't, since I've been doing this research and trying to tell people, they have blocked whoever, the powers that be, which I believe I know who they are, have blocked my access to the congressional record. But the congressional records are very telling as to what was really going on. And the British were not fighting us. They were helping us fight the outsiders that were coming here. They were coming here by the millions. And they are the people who call themselves Caucasian and white today. And a lot of them were, there was a book made by Henry Ford. He wrote called The International Jew that you all should read, where he's talking about them, how they came in, how they took over, and changed the educational system. And, anyway, long story short, it's very important for us to claim our British ancestry, and that's what gives you the real power. Not only just Indian, because the problem that we had was we were so many different nations of people and dealing with these outsiders that we called the sea people at one point, coming here and trying to attack us, coming here and trying to make deals with this king, trying to make deals with that chief. And, it was keeping a lot of turmoil going on. So what happened was some of us, when the gosh, there's so much to tell you, but our government is the Western States government. That's hidden. It was in Washington State in Olympia, not in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is the government for the criminals. For the slaves, for Africa, and actually the people, United States, that was Africa. That's the people who have had us under occupation all this time. That's why they, kept it so, poor and underfunded and underdeveloped. So you would never know that's who had you under occupation all this time.
Them African Moors.
And they're pretending to be Moors. Now, see, that's the thing too. They're using all of our names. They're saying that they're Moors, but really they are. I found a document that's called the Norman Conquest. So I don't know if they just changed it to more and and cut it down. I'm not sure.
I got you.
But the Norman,
I got you.
The Norman Conquest was when
Moringian.
they came here. But they said it's 1066, but it was in 1866, and they came here by the millions and just took over. And something else to know, and this is the part that where I lose people, but I'm telling you that you have to pay attention. I don't know. I'm not a Bible thumper, and I'm not. I believe the Bible is a historical document. I think it's important. I think it's a book of law, and it's used for law. But I'm not a Christian. But I will say that the Bible, hundreds of times, even the books that were taken out, but because I do read it, says that the earth is flat and does not move. And people just once I start saying that, they don't want to hear nothing else I say. But the reason they think that that's important, the reason I think that it might be something to that, is because when you look at the Bering Strait, Russia's right there, right next to it, and we're in the east. And when you start reading history from the perspective that we are Asia and that we're in the east, history starts to make so much sense. Where things were confusing before, it kind of is very eye-opening to where, okay, wait a minute. And so then you'll know why, back in the 80s, they were talking about a lot of Asiatic, calling us Asiatic. And anyway, long story short, I said that part, to kind of put into perspective where we are and who we really are. And that's why they made that Asian hate bill, nobody can be protected by the Asian hate bill but us. Anyway, long story short, we are our British ancestry, our European Albion ancestry is very important. They mixed together to give us power, because that way we have power over the air, the sea, and the land. We are the most powerful people on the planet, if you know who you really are. And no, we are not Africans. And and if you think about it, if we are in the East, us being African is an impossibility.
Mm-hmm.
It's an impossibility. And, we're not the same people. We're all there. If they're the same people, we're all their inventions. We invented everything. Why are they so far behind? If we're the same people, where's their Michael Jackson? Where's their, their sprinters? And that's little stuff. But I'm just saying, they don't even feel the same when you're in the room with them. They're not the same people, But in fact, as far as I know, they were made in a lot of them were made in incubators. Some of them actually are us. Like you said, a lot of people left during the Marcus Garvey thing. And some people, I heard, were pushed into Africa during the Spanish Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I wanna
We
back up
teach.
something that you said, because you said something about some records you couldn't get a hold to, but I came across what you were saying accidentally, because when I just did this 5-week study on wisdom, because I was just I get tired of having conversations that are multi-layered, and you're having a conversation with people who haven't gone and gotten the backstory. That's why I always say, if you're not going to go read and research what we're talking about, don't even come to this conversation, because nobody should have to give you the very basics of what all these people, all the stuff we're bringing. We're trying to go to the next level and find out more and getting even more pearls from each other, but we got to keep coming, going to the basics because somebody want to come disrupt the conversation, right? So we did this 5-week study, and just happenstance, because of where I was born, I came across this group of people who were, before they even started calling people Germanic, who were Gauls and Semites, and of course all these other different connections, and who were a lot of what people mashed together. When you talk to the Pan-African people, they mash together this conversation, and they talk about it as though these Moors came here and everything that's here was really them, and like we didn't even exist, right? And but this switcheroo that you talked about, they do it, and they've done it, and they do it multiple times throughout history. And even on this platform, some people get caught up in kind of like being mad at these different groups of people because of the current way that you can see it happening when they come in and they take over the neighborhood and they clone Tyrone. The movie is so brilliant. But anyway.
it is. It is.
And so I tell people, don't get kicked off now. We don't have to be specific. Just say they clone Tyrone and we'll know what you're talking about. Okay? But they pulled this switcheroo like they're trying to do right now before our very eyes. They did it during this time period and multiple times before. That's why they try to act like Atlantis wasn't even a thing. But these Merovingians, the switcheroo you was just talking about when you said they're not even Moors. The whole thing on who people think are the Africans and who people think are the Moors and who the Slavs, the slaves were, it's all right there in the Black Forest. Right up there, and it's because they don't think we smart enough to just go read books, but it's right there in plain English, plain print, like multiple books, to see the hijack that they pulled and this very switcheroo that you just mentioned, y'all.
Right. And I wanted to say one more thing, and then I'm going to drop down. We all were talking about I've never seen this lady that y'all are talking about who's saying these things, but I never heard of her. But and I'm going to go check out what's his name's page after I get off here.
Yeah, she was on Earth Speaks live on Friday.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
y'all want to see what she said, her team will email you a high five. It's up on my page. Just go to C3 Mommy. It's on that page.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and if you don't mind, somebody message me this user ID and let me make sure I ain't following the particular accounts. I know his, but I don't know hers. I don't think I've ever seen her.
Yeah, I don't know what her name is. It's probably under Empress Rarebird.
Is he like?
That's her account, Empress
Got it.
Rarebird.
Got it. Thank
Is
you.
he endorsing her or something?
blocking.
And that's why we tripping, because nobody don't know her. None of us know her.
Alex, I when he first came on, he thought he was a slave, and he and I went over his genealogy, and we went and found, land patents, which, and so he definitely changed his whole tune.
This the same man that said he was connected through a chief through his YT side.
Now I never heard him say nothing like that's new. He changed.
I never heard that either.
I was in his live when he said that. I was in his live and I was shook.
They're doing a lot of MK Ultra on our, anybody who has a platform. I've noticed that they've changed. Did
I literally just say that a little while ago, y'all?
Everybody,
it was crazy.
People I know, y'all. This is happening to people I know.
They changed because what's his name, Kali Amun Ra. At first he was okay, and then he lost his mind, and then so anybody that who has which they won't even let me have because the stuff that I'm telling, they won't even let me have a page. This is my daughter's page. I have to get on through her page because they won't, they got me locked down. And when you say, oh, when she was talking about now, allodial title is real. I'm gonna tell you that, but only a few families have it. I don't endorse this lady because I think she's part of the hijack. But what's her name, Chief Janice? When she first came, but like I said, MK Ultra, I don't know what it is. I don't know if she got off, if somebody paid her or what. But when she first came out, she had the heat. She had the good information, and she was talking about allodial title. And there are families, like I said, we are the British that we all they mixed in with us, and that's what Walter Plecker was trying to prevent. See, they don't tell the truth.
Come
They don't
on.
tell the whole truth. They were trying to prevent the crown families from mixing in with the Indian chiefs families. And so a lot of that, when you were talking about Atlantis, I believe that this is Atlantis because the seven cities of gold, my family is from Quivira, Kansas. And that's, the city, so, and you know how everything, when they talk about history, they talk about Kansas, 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 Kansas. I just know that my family is from the city of Quivira. I know that my family's named most of the monarchs, like the queen, the real Queen Elizabeth, or whether her name, she was a Mitchell. King, what's his name in the Bible? King, why can't I remember the name of that king? That's great. King David
King
was
James. Oh, King
King
James.
David
Okay,
was a
never mind.
Mitchell, and
Pastor John.
I have the allodial title from. I went to Georgia, and I went and I looked up, Georgia and a couple other states in the. I won't say them all because they, like I said, the people, like I said, the Mormons, they're Mormon. The Mormon Church. You know how they got everybody's genealogy, and that's where Ancestry.com is headquartered.
Yep.
So, anyway, the Mormons,
We
and
go
the
in with that same
Ashkenazi.
stuff.
And
Everything
that's
y'all
another
sisters is
reason, y'all, be
talking
careful
about.
letting people make you prove yourself on the internet, because
Right.
we can only go so far on these internet streets telling all of our business. This is why y'all know where I'm from, and y'all know what I've done. Okay. Y'all know where I've been. But I can't just be on here putting pictures up and putting my census stuff up. I can't do that. I can't. Like, I would be stupid. Don't let people push you into proving yourself over the internet, because that's a trick.
And they will come to your house and they will take the documentation when you're not home. They will break in and they will take it because they did it to me. And so when, I do still have, some of that information that was not taken. What they did was they went and changed the census information, but it doesn't matter. I'm not too worried about that because unless they kill off, which I'm not saying they won't. I have enough family left that's alive and knows, the land that we had in which is the richest. I think Johnson County.
Unalive.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. But anyway, long story short, there is allodial title is real. And there are some women, this is what I wanted to say, and then I'm gonna drop down. If we could get enough of those women, and the women is the ones that have to do it. You have to read the Great Law of Peace to know why. We could get those women to get together that have allodial title, we could shut the whole, like you were saying, we could shut the whole thing down and form a lattice over America and keep and the invaders would have no choice but to go home.
I mean, we're gonna shut America down once everybody get their land patents or loyalty
Well, and
transfer. You could know.
this is the thing about the land patents. What the Dawes Commission was about. It's too big for me to explain here, but it was about war. We lost our land due to a war. It's like war reparations or whatever, and we lost it for a period of years. And it was given back to us in 1999, but of course they didn't tell us. They said that they put out some bulletin that said that you needed to claim your heritage and your land at such and such a time. I never saw nothing about that because my family knew about their land. So anyway, and if you look up the Confiscation Acts, you said if you have access to the congressional record, look up the Confiscation Acts and you will see. And they talk a lot about Germany. And anyway, long story short, we have a lot of German ancestry, and we are the German Jews. And so I don't know. I don't want to get us kicked off of here. So I'm trying to stay away from
You
So,
TikTok, we
so
are
yeah,
actors
it's
playing
so
out a
yeah,
scene from the
there
Wild
is,
Wild West.
YUTES, actually, like
yeah.
Utah. And so
So
I don't.
there is a way to do this and not get kicked off. I've been doing it for 17 years. Okay. And I literally have, for my